That's an eternity of basketball ahead of us. Another beautiful steal perpetrated by Todd White. The action continues. A let's go situation here. Atoy going up against a double team. Jeffrey Moore has perfect access to the bucket. What you saw from that normal replay of that last bit of action was Fernandez actually wanting to take up the aggressive pass to Jaworski. We're crossing the twilight zone. That's an eternity of basketball ahead of us.
At San Miguel, we believe in the Filipinos' potential to rise to our greatest challenges and support our collective aspirations for a better world. Malasakit is part of everything we do. We uplift the lives of generations of Filipinos. We are building a better world. Today, our efforts are focused on building a more resilient and globally competitive Philippines. For us, this means a nation with the necessary infrastructure to thrive in the global economy. A nation that enjoys energy security and food security. One that can attract the kind of investment that will create support projects that will generate economic vitality. A nation where prosperity is widely shared. We focus on industries on which the country's future depends, and we work to balance economic development with sustainability. This means protecting our natural resources and creating strong, cohesive communities where every Filipino has equal access to a better future. This means forging ahead with projects that will transform the Philippine economy and, more importantly, our communities.
I believe that San Miguel has the capability and heart to do it. The lesson we learn from the past offers so much potential for the present. They shape our sense of what's possible.
At San Miguel, our ambition comes from the hope of leaving a world that will be better for our children than the one we found. San Miguel Corporation, your world made better.
Welcome to Alternative Basketball. We are part of the Globally Ballin Network. Most trending episodes on the YouTube channel. Abby King and Philip Cesar at 1 and 2, all the way down to Bogs Adornado. Which one's your favorite? Keep watching. Watch and listen to us on Spotify. If you like our show, give us some love with a 5-star rating, please. Benji Paras, still at number 1. If you want to catch him, make a comment on the episode that you'd like to overtake. If it makes it there, we're going to hold a raffle for anyone who commented on that episode. And these are the top episodes. We mentioned Benji's got that star. Alan Kaidik's on the rise. And those are the other ones in the top 8. And check out globallyballin.com for original articles, audio, and video projects, and all the different shows on the network. Hello, everyone. Episode 273. Sid Ventura, Noel Zarate from Cebu. Ako naman po si Charlie Cuna. Thanks for joining us this dreary morning in Manila.
Hi, Sid.
Di ba? O, kaya ni Sid yan. Okay, so for today, kung yung guest natin last week was a 2-time NCAA champion, yung guest natin this week did him twice over. 4-time NCAA champion. Bravo Baste, Pogi Baste, itong ating guest for this week. Imported all the way from Michigan. And he joins us. And he is the youngest ever guest na player, the former player dito sa ating show. Siya pinaka-baby boy natin so far in the AEOB family. Lots of stories for sure. Kasi nga, dami panalo eh. Di ba? Pag-usapan na natin, pasok na natin yung ating guest, Jasper Ocampo. How you doing, Jasper?
Good morning in the Philippines and good evening here in the States. I'm well, and thank you for having me.
Thanks for accepting our invitation. And well, we've had a bunch of former Baste players, but you're the one from this second generation. Because before it was sila Bong, I mentioned it to Bong Alba, sila Django, and all those guys. Now it's your turn, and you're the first one from this batch of Baste players. But let's go back to how it all started. You were born in the U.S., right?
Actually, I was born in Manila. I came
Oh,
here.
okay.
I came to the U.S. when I was a year old, in 1975, and then that's where I basically entered Philadelphia from the Philippines, and then we immigrated here to Flint, Michigan, in the late 70s.
Where was your family from when you were here? Where were you born here in Manila?
So I was born at Mary Child's Hospital in
Okay.
Manila,
Right.
in Manila, and then my mom she's from Real, Quezon, and my
Okay.
dad is from Los Baños, Laguna.
Okay. So you're medyo
Yeah,
Brother Tagalog.
It's pure Tagalog. Yeah.
Tagalog guy. But so you're there, yeah, and so you said you entered the States at the time. So your earliest memories of basketball. I mean, what are your earliest memories? How did you get started playing basketball with all the different sports that they have in the States?
Yeah. So actually, I started playing when I was probably in third grade, organized or third or fourth grade, organized basketball. I grew up in a boys and girls club here, and it's kind of like a organization here in the United States where the youth can participate in any sport really, but basketball was one of the main sports that I participated in. Also baseball and like flag football at that age. But that's where I started, third, fourth grade. But my dad usually, he was still playing at that time in local Filipino leagues, and so he would bring me to basketball practices, and I would have my basketball and dribble and shoot around at that time as well. When I was maybe first or second grade, around there.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad, Jasper, when he was when he was still in the Philippines, did he root for any particular player or Philippine team?
So my dad actually, this is another story. One of the reasons why I went back to the Philippines and played. A lot of people were saying my dad was was better than I was, at the ages of when he was younger, and then when I was that same age. And so it was like it gave me a little motivation to prove wrong. But my dad's name is Eduardo Ocampo.
Okay.
So
Ocampo,
the short name is Ed Ocampo, not to mention the real Ed Ocampo that
the other Ed Ocampo.
but I know it's Edgardo.
Your dad was a real guy too, right?
Yeah. And so he basically was my dad was my like guidance and mentor growing up in the sport of basketball. He like I said, in the Philippines, the stories that he tells us, my brother and I, he one time I think he scored like 70 points in a game in the provinces, because he represented the forestry in Los Baños.
Okay.
And so he got to travel around Laguna and Quezon, and Sariaya, Candelaria, Lucena, and that's where he got his name actually in that sport of basketball. In those, what was he like a hugot, like a
yeah.
he was a hugot from Los Baños, and so.
But did he play competitive ball like for any college?
He played semi-professional basketball.
Okay, in the Mika
provinces, and another motivation of mine, and the reason why I did go back to the Philippines and play is because he had a story that he was getting recruited by a national university back then, and he wasn't able to get to the practices, from Los Baños to Manila, because he wasn't very well off. So he had a hard time commuting and getting to Manila at that time for practices, so he wasn't able to go. But those are the little motivations that I had in regards with going to the Philippines and just really psyching myself out. Hey, let's live this basketball dream for Dad as well.
Was he a guard as well, like you?
Question.
Yeah, he was a guard. He was a points guard, right?
Points guard.
He loved from what I heard, I mean, he had he's about 5'6", 5'7", but he had the hang time. You know how people would like back in the day, people were they're like, wow, he could go up to the rim and then put the ball in between your armpits,
Balajani, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Jolens, yeah.
Jolens, right.
Could actually go back a bit, like say like Danny Florencio or something like that, right?
Yeah, Danny Florencio was like that.
Yeah,
that's how they describe it.
Yeah, a smaller version. Yeah.
Noel, you're gonna ask
Jasper,
something, Noel.
I was gonna have a question because did your dad wear number 14 because you wear number 7? So maybe if you say you're half as good as your dad, then you can make it somewhere. Right?
No, I don't. I think my dad wore number 7 actually.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you the what number he wore, but it was a.
Why do you wear 7?
Well, it was the number that was given to me at Baste. My original number here in the United States starting is number 10. But they gave number 10 to Romel.
Adukul, right.
Okay, you can have that, and I'll take whatever's left. And if I can recall, number 7 before me, San Sebastian was Jesse Bardaje.
Yes,
another
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Was he the MVP in the first championship of Baste in 1992-93? Yeah, so that's
you're right, Sid. That's a name we haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, diba?
That's right. So eventually, you're playing your grade school. You're playing hoops, and you've chosen that as your sport. And then, so when do you start playing like the organized type of basketball, varsity basketball? Is that high school already?
Yeah, that was high school. I was in 10th grade, sophomore. So freshman year, I still played freshman basketball. But then my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I played varsity basketball for Bishop Foley.
Okay, so we're talking about Bishop Foley already. Wait, Noel, before we do that, let's enter our first segment already in the show. Time capsule. Let's go into the time capsule and see. Let's look at some images from the career of Jasper. Carla, let's go to photo number 1. There you go. There's that young player.
11.
The Ventures. That's the Bishop Foley Ventures, right?
Yeah. So we had those John Stockton shorts. The shorts were up to our.
We all went through the
guys there. I was a freshman right here. I was it's probably about 5, the height I am right now, 5'7", 5'8", and about 120, 130. Yeah.
What was that like, Jasper? I mean, you're a small guy playing a big man's game, and you're Filipino. So what was that like in your early stages? I mean, did you have troubles matching up with the 6-foot guards, or did you just hang with them and do very well?
Well, that was I always when I was younger, I always played with a chip on my shoulder because I always was the smaller guy on the court, smallest guy on the court, or I am Filipino, but growing up, I guess I earned the respect in a way in my play, in the way I play the game and the way I handle myself, with as a teammate, as an opponent, that's how I earned that respect in that way.
I wanted to ask also, growing up there as a minority, Filipino in the States, did you experience any sort of discrimination socially and also on the basketball court? Were the Americans trying to pick on you in any way at all? Did you?
I didn't encounter anything like that. Especially, we're not too far from Detroit, so we played a lot of teams from Detroit, and so it was more on my skills, right? I showed what I can do on the court, and a lot of people respected that, and really, that's all they know of me, right? So the discrimination, I never encountered anything.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
Okay, Jasper, I just need to ask. So you were growing up in Michigan, late 80s, wearing number 11. So it's safe to say that your idol was Isaiah Thomas.
About to
So,
say.
so this jersey it's funny because the jerseys in high school back in the day, the dark jersey was 11, but my home jersey, which is the light jersey, was number 10. That was in freshman year. Now, once I got up to the varsity, I was number 10. But I did idol Isaiah Thomas all throughout my youth and high school career.
And obviously, you're a Pistons fan, and you were there when they won back to back, right?
Of course, the bad boys were our very own. We were big fans of the bad boys. Yeah.
Did you get to watch any games at the Palace?
Oh, Charlie, I used to watch games at the Silverdome.
Wow! Pontiac.
One of my classmates was neighbors with Isaiah Thomas.
Awesome.
And so we would go to the games with Isaiah's wife. We would go to the Silverdome to the games with Isaiah's wife. That's how close that, because they were neighbors and they were very close. And so we would sit on the court. Like I went to about maybe 20 games, at the Silverdome. And then when the most memorable one was when Jordan, I think he scored like 63 against the Pistons at the Silverdome. One game, and that was very, very.
I think that gave birth to the Jordan rules. Yeah, I read somewhere that Jordan dropping almost 60 on the Pistons.
Yeah, that's when the Jordan rules kind of got implemented.
Evolved, right?
Yep. They had to formulate some sort of way to slow the guy down. But I'm looking at this photo. So you're number 10. I assume this is like your second year playing.
Yes, this is my sophomore year. Sophomore year of high school. I was the youngest. Well, actually, number 40. There were two sophomores. Dave, number 40, and I were the only sophomores, and everybody else was juniors and seniors.
I'm surprised that it's an all-white team, aside from you.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
not a single African American or dark skinned.
It's a Catholic. It's a Catholic school in the suburbs here in suburbs of Metro Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, my question about you grew up in Flint, Michigan. There have been a lot of stories about being a depressed neighborhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you were actually there. Is there any truth to anything that we've been hearing about Flint, Michigan?
So we only lived in Flint for a few, maybe half a year. It wasn't too long, and then we moved down to we went from Flint to Pontiac. And Pontiac was where the Silverdome used to be, and so both very rough cities. They've had their ups and downs, but my dad worked for General Motors, and so he was always wherever he was destined, then that's where we went, whether it was in Flint at first, and then we moved down to Pontiac, and so that's why we moved quite often when I was younger.
Okay. Tell us about this team, Jasper. I mean, how did you guys fare?
So sophomore year, I believe we were in the middle of the pack. The Catholic High School League here in Michigan produces a lot of the great talent. And back then we were a Class B school. We had about 800 students, and so we competed against pretty good schools. One school I remember had like 3 Division I players on the team. Another had a couple two division. So every team had like one or two, maybe three Division I players on their team. So it was very competitive, very, very competitive. And then, I was telling Charlie this the other day that we, during the playoffs of the Michigan High School Athletic Association League, we ended up playing Chris Webber's team my sophomore year. He played at Country Day, which produced Shane Battier as well.
Carla, can you go to the next photo, please? There you go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so C-Web's right there, number 44. Obviously he's 6'9", our tallest guy was 6'4", 6'5".
Look at him stand out, right?
yeah. And obviously I was a sophomore at that time. C-Web was a junior. He was a year older.
You're the one taking the free throw?
I'm sorry?
You're the one taking the free throw?
Yeah, I'm on the free throw line. Yeah. I actually was the top scorer in this game. I think I had 14 points out of I don't know how many we scored as a team, but we ended up losing by 25. And they ended up winning the state championship. So
yeah.
And I believe so this game here, or this whole week of when the playoffs were this is at Country Day High School in Detroit. ESPN was there. ESPN, back in the day, was this 1990? When ESPN went to a high school, that's a big deal. That was a big deal. And so ESPN was in the locker room. I see all the cameras around. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I see the sign ESPN on the locker room. I'm like, oh, well, ESPN, I guess, is here, And so the more jitters I got, not only playing against C-Web, but then you might, ESPN is here.
He was probably the reason they were there, right?
Yeah, definitely, because he was one of the national parade. U.S. All-American. So he was that they were focusing on him, obviously.
So how good was he?
Let's see. He didn't have to play the whole game, but he probably scored about 30 points.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's the one who fouled you. I'm guessing he's the one who fouled you and sent you to the line, right?
I can't remember if he's the one that fouled me, but it was a great experience playing against C-Web, obviously. And then they had two other guys that went Division I. One went to University of Detroit. One went to Florida State, I think. So they were a powerhouse, really, and not only in Michigan.
Were you recruited? Yeah, were you recruited to play for any Division II schools or Division I schools?
So obviously back then there was no social media, right? So everything was by letter, right? If you got a letter in the mail from a school, that means that's legit, right? And so I used to go to these camps. My parents sent me to these pretty good camps, for exposure, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play at the next level, right? So I went to these camps, and actually at one camp that I went to out in Pennsylvania, it's a pretty good camp. It's invite only. It's a week long. I believe my sophomore year, between this year in the picture and then in junior year, that's the first time I went to a camp. It's called BC All Stars. And in this camp was I can recall there's this I was in 9th grade or 10th grade, going into 10th grade. No, 10th going into 11th grade. I heard this name called these guys calling them Steph, right? Steph this, Steph that. Come to find out, it was he was only in 6th grade, and he was beating everybody in high school. His name was Stefan Marbury.
Okay.
He was at that camp where I was at, and I could recall him guarding me. We were guarding each other because he was still small at that time. 6th grade, he was probably about 5'8", 5'7", right? He wasn't quite as tall as he is now, 6 foot, 6'1", whatever. but yeah, so I was like, oh, so a few years later, I go, man, that was Steph Marbury. That was Stephon Marbury. That was him. And another name I was I remembered that I could recall people saying Turk. And when when I played in the PBA in the Philippines, I go, is this Turk?
Mark?
Turkin Mark.
Yeah.
He was like 6'7", 6'8" at that time already. I believe we were the same age.
Built like a tank.
So we were at these same basketball camps, and those experience that we had there, just going through the process of trying to get recruited, right? Got me actually letters from I got letters from Duquesne University.
Okay. The Dukes.
Yeah, I got letters from the Army, West Point. And the biggest one was University of Cal Berkeley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cal Berkeley.
Golden Bears.
Yeah, Coach Lou Campanelli, I think, was he kept sending me letters, and then after, and that's before that's before sophomore, or that's between sophomore and junior year. That's when I got the letters, and then between junior and senior year, it kind of faded. Duquesne did play at University of Detroit, and I went to go, they invited me to the game, and I met the coaches and the players there, but nothing came out of it. They probably saw my height, and they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a drawback. And you weren't dunking like Spud Webb or anything, right?
Oh no. I could grab the rim back in the day, but I couldn't dunk. But you weren't meant. So destiny, we look at things like it's all about destiny, where you're meant to be. So you don't end up in any of these D1, D2 schools in the United States. You find your way to Manila. Yeah. And how did that happen? Who recruited you? I mean, did you guys reach out, or did someone call you up on a long distance call? So I did play 1 year of college basketball here at it's now Rochester Christian University. Back then it was called Michigan Christian University, and it was only a 2-year school. So after that, I eventually wanted to transfer to a 4-year school, get my degree at a 4-year school anyways. But I between the 92, when I graduated from high school, 92, my family and I took a vacation in the Philippines after how many years, right? Probably after 15, 16 years. That's the first time I was back in the Philippines. And my dad, he was Coach Turo and him knew each other. Coach Turo Valenzuela and him, because my dad's best friend was Tito Vic Valenzuela, Coach Turo's brother. And so Tito Vic kind of messaged Coach Turo that, hey, my compadre's son, Jasper Ocampo, would like to, see if he could make it here in the Philippines, So I went to FEU, because Coach Turo was at FEU at the time, 1992, right? And I practiced with it with a FEU team. I go. The gym was in Moraita, no air conditioning. The first time I was there, I was like, it was hot, right? Everything. And so I didn't know who I was playing against, not knowing that it was Johnny Abarrientos or Vic Pablo was there, the 92 FEU team, right? They were practicing, and they were nice, everybody introduced, actually, like, I saw Brian Punsalan. He was a guest the other week, I guess.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Who else was there? Michael Oliver. A lot of those 92 guys. Echano.
Echano.
So, I practiced with them for a week, and Coach Turo said, "Hey, if you want to come back, you have you have a spot on the team, you know. And this was way before. This was before he eventually moved to San Sebastian, right? So going back to the States, I weighed my options and decided to play this 1 year here, and then not after that 1 year, I wanted to get a off. You know, I thought I was going to get an offer to a 4-year school here, but nothing came of it, and so I decided to go back to the Philippines and try my luck. And so my first school is when I got to the Philippines is FEU. I had,
what might have been
at FEU.
Yeah. I just gotta ask though, your first impressions of Johnny A when you went up against him in '92. Did you have any inkling that he'd become one of the greatest point guards of all time in TBA?
No, I mean, he was good. He was really, really good, you know, but not knowing that after 2, 3, 4 years after that, he would be, you know, a pioneer, you know, he would have a staple in the PBA and the Philippine basketball. Yeah, but after
so what made you decide? What made you decide finally to settle in with Baste?
So after I enrolled at FEU, and I was staying in Pasig, Rosario, Pasig at that time. So and that's the time of when it was blackout, brownout.
Yes,
after like 6 hours or so, 8 hours.
You got it right.
Yeah, and so I was like, I was getting homesick. I was really getting homesick. I was crying. I kept calling my mom. You know, hey, I don't know if I could do this. You know,
I want electricity, Mom.
Yeah, and so I had to commute from Pasig to Moraita, you know, every day for class and practices. You know, that was like an hour. I think it was like an hour and a half. G-liner. That G-liner.
G-liner, you're right. G-liner. That's
the G-liner. Fun ride.
Yeah, and so one way, you know, hour and a half, and so after about 6 months, I decided, hey, I talked to Coach Duro, and I go, hey, what happened was I ended up moving to. My parents got me an apartment in Sampaloc, a little closer. A little closer, where my uncle, my uncle's compound in Sampaloc, and so after that, that's when, you know, I told Coach Duro that, hey, can I transfer to San Sebastian? You know,
why San Sebastian of all schools?
Yeah, Coach Duro was there, right?
Yeah. Because Coach Duro was there.
So nobody else eyeballed you. Nobody else said, "Hey, who's this kid from Michigan?" No one else.
No, actually, Ateneo did at some point. I can't remember how, but at some point, Ateneo did reach out to my family. But when I was still at FEU, Coach Amador.
Amador
was the one that ended up handling the team, and you know, I asked him, you know, I told him, Coach, I'm transferring to San Sebastian, you know, and everything was fine, you know, because the connection with FEU and Baste was like, you know, it was like brothers, right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, not knowing that when I went to San Sebastian, that it would become a dynasty. You know, it was like perfect opportunity. You know how opportunities presents itself. You have to take advantage of it. And so I felt that, hey, I did not know Romel or Banjo because they were my batchmates, right? Going into San Sebastian. I did not know them beforehand, but you know, eventually it worked out.
Oh yeah, it did. It surely did.
Can we go through this lineup one by one, and can you identify the players starting with?
So standing from left to right, Celso Pile. He's about a 6'4" forward, lefty. He was a solid, you know, solid forward there. Then
I used
myself.
to call him Celso Pile, by the way, when I was started broadcasting.
Yeah, yeah.
Brother of EJ.
EJ Pile.
EJ, yeah, right, yeah. We got EJ Pile.
Like for a whole conference, I called him Celso Pile.
And then next to me is Abet Caballero. That's that Bulacan connection. I think Celso and Abet and the Santos brothers, they're all from Bulacan. And then next to him is Romel. And then Banjo, Calpito, and then Rolly Basilides, and Reggie Santos, Ronnie's older brother, and then my tocayo, Jasper Valera, number 12, and then sitting left to right is Legaspi. Yeah, Legaspi.
Rodney.
And then Rodney, and then Buboy. And then Romel Daep.
Romel Daep, whose son now plays for LaSalle, right?
Yes.
LeBron James is his name.
Yeah, LeBron James with an H. With an H.
With an H, right? You saw the H.
Yeah. So this was in Bacolod. My very first experience with intercollegiate basketball. St. LaSalle. We I don't know if we ended up second, we runner up or third or something like that. I can't remember. I can't recall, but they were good teams over there, especially the teams from Cebu. I think there was a team, Southwestern University. They were good. Very, very, very good.
Yeah, those teams were good.
Yeah, that was we stayed at UNOR, our sister school, University of Negros Occidental.
Recoletos.
Yeah.
Which is what's on your shirt, what's on your jersey right now. That's what it is.
Yes, Recoletos.
In case you haven't noticed, guys who are watching right now, he's wearing a Recoletos jersey. So, he preserved it. It still fits him.
It's not ripping or anything. It's still good.
Right. So you're there in San Sebastian. You see these new teammates. Did you have to? But by this time, maybe you were adjusted to the Philippine style of play already because you played at FEU for a bit.
Yeah.
But then, how about you saw this team and you said, "Hey, there's potential here."
Yeah. Well, first, it's funny you say that. If I adjusted to the team and the style of basketball, even before that, I told myself, because I didn't speak Tagalog here in the States, obviously, right?
I was gonna get to that.
But I understood it because my parents always spoke to me in Tagalog, right? And that's how all the kids are here these days, right? But I told myself, in order for me to communicate with my teammates, right? And I learned this when I was at FEU. I forced myself to speak Tagalog, even if it's what do you call that, baluktot. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's still. At least I'm trying. At least I'm trying until I eventually, learned it on my own. Really, to speak it confidently. It took me about 6 months or so to speak it confidently. It's still baluktot, and a little Taglish, right?
Yeah.
But, I also told myself, hey. A lot of to me, the perception as a Filipino American, I didn't consider myself Filipino American because I'm full Filipino, just growing up here in the States, right? At that time, there wasn't that many Philams going or playing in college, really. It was the Lago brothers, right? Yeah. Before, I don't even know if Ricardo Brown even played in college.
No. He didn't play here. No.
So supposed to play for LaSalle.
Yeah. Vince Season, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince. So really, that's how I came. It was like a Alex Compton story where Alex became so fluent in Tagalog. I'm like, wow, and I go. In order for me to communicate with my teammates, I better learn how to speak Tagalog because they might say that, oh, Phil Amto, mayabang, whatever. So just to out of respect to our culture, our Filipino culture,
Well, a lot of the Philams who play now,
What was special about that
they should
Baste
listen to
team?
your message.
Yeah.
They should listen to what you said, because a lot of these guys, they never learned to speak Tagalog at all. Like, they play here for 10 years, 12 years.
Yep.
Kind of strange. Anyway, go ahead, Noel.
No, what was special about that Baste team that you got so many championships in? Was it the composition? Was it the camaraderie? Was it the coaching? What made it so special?
Tell you the truth, it was a mixture of everything. Like I mentioned earlier, the right opportunity at the right time. I was just me. I feel Romel, Banjo, and I coming in. The team was already established, coming from a championship, right? They already won a championship, and even without us, and with me, Banjo, and Romel coming in, it was like game over for a lot of our opponents, right? But I feel that the trust that Coach Duro gave in us, and the respect that we have for Coach Duro made it more, comprehensive, where, hey, let's get together, right? Let's play as a team. Let's learn the offense. Let's learn the system of Coach Duro. And speaking for myself, Banjo and Romel, right? And let's help out the team win, And so Rodney was already there, obviously. Rodney Santos. Who else was there? Briggs. My first year, Briggs didn't play. He went to the United States. Daep was already there, So William Marasigan is another guy that that was a great role.
He was also there, right?
Yeah. William was there. Aldrin Morante. So Buboy, my first year, Buboy didn't play. He had to sit out my first year. So the point guards were myself and Aldrin Morante. All right, and then obviously we had Romel, Diep, and then Rodney Santos, and then Brigster. Well, Brigster came after.
Loaded team.
Yeah, loaded, man. All these names.
And so the next year, so that was a back-to-back, right? Aldrin and I, as point guards, we won back-to-back. That was Aldrin Morante's last year, and then so the third year, the third championship, I believe this is Grand Slam. This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is the third championship, right? Buboy came back. So it was me and Buboy, as in the backcourt, point guards. And so it was a layer, right? The 92, 93 championship team, maybe 6 or 7 guys return. 93, 94, the 6 or 7 guys that returned, plus me, Banjo, and Romel at the goal, and then plus Buboy came back, and then Brigster came back. Brigster's here. See here on this one, 90. Yeah, Brigster's right there in the middle there. So it became even more like of a powerhouse team when we were like 2 teams deep, really.
I agree. You guys were
in practices, it was all out. There was no day off because everybody wanted to play. If you wanted to play, you better practice. At times, and again, it happens with all championship teams. We got into it a little bit, a little physicality, a little jealousy, a little talking trash, and that's how championship teams are made, right? In practices. And so those our practices were really games. That's how competitive it was. We wanted to win in practice, So
do you remember, Jasper? Were you guys blowing other teams out? Would you win by like 20 against a lot of the teams?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I covered some of their games. Yes, they were blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
It was it didn't matter who played. Our first our top 10 guys were just as good as anybody. And so that's why eventually we blew people out, because we couldn't hold back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even if you wanted to, right?
We were up by 20. We wanted to beat you by 30. We wanted to beat you by 40. Because we wanted to show what we have, right? A lot of the players, we have aspirations to get to the next level, which was the pros. Then we have to show our skills, even if we're up by 30.
Right.
Yeah. Jasper, I just want to talk about Coach Turo Valenzuela. Right. You mentioned you wanted to learn Tagalog, and I know Coach Turo had trouble communicating also in English, right? Because I remember when he was coaching Tanduay in 1987, during a timeout, he was talking to David Thurkill in Tagalog because he was having trouble explaining to David what he wanted him to do. So, but as a coach, because his resume speaks for himself, right?
Yes.
UAAP, NCAA, PBA.
Lahat.
He's won at
PBL.
every level, right?
PBL, yeah.
PBL, right? So, what made Turo Valenzuela click?
What made him click?
Yeah, as a coach. What made him such a great coach? And his players love him up to now. They revere him when they talk about him.
Well, I think it's Coach Turo is he's a different out of all my mentors, and I've had quite a few great mentors. It's his personality, obviously he was well respected before, but if you don't respect him now, you won't respect him ever. He has that personality where you're going to want to respect him because of who he is, what he's done in the past. But mind me, all that niceness or kindness that he has inside, we all knew that he has like a bulldog mentality, like if you don't listen to what I'm saying, you're going to sit on that bench. Right. So he's not afraid to show that, that this is how he does it. He'll cuss you out in a minute, right? He'll cuss you out in a minute and then maybe flick you on the wherever, You better do what I say. But again, it's all out of respect because he is a champion coach,
Right.
And so I that's how I feel, that's how he clicks, right, with the players. That tough-minded, systematic, very but again, still open to suggestions and still open to his players, very, 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 very good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Who was your buddy on this team? A lot of people say it was Romel. Some people say it was Boo Boy. Who was really your bosom buddy on the team? Somebody you'd be bunking with when you go on the road?
It's hard to say. All of them were really. I was close with all of them, but most likely, probably Jay Valera. Reason being is, Jay knew his role. He wasn't a stats guy. He wasn't really he's low key, laid back, but he did his job. Leader. He's a vocal leader on the court, and so I got really close with him. I know a lot of people say Boo Boy because we were point guards, right? And we clicked a lot, and we did. We did. Buboy was a very, very, very good friend of mine. Obviously Romel and Banjo, because we came in together to the NCAA, to San Sebastian, and people say Brigster because I played with him at Pop Cola too. So Chowking, Pop Cola, San Sebastian, So, but all of them, and then Jerome Barbosa, but one of the guys I was mentioning earlier, William Marsigan, he lives in Toronto now, and so I see him quite often in the Filipino leagues here. Later on in when we were at San Sebastian, we became close as well. So everybody, Basilides, Rolly Basilides, because he came from FEU as well, right, and then transferred to Bus State. So yeah, it was a good dynamic of a lot of personalities, a lot of different personalities, a lot of talent, but a lot of gamesmanship. Everybody was game. Really competitive, but at the same time, everybody was also free. A lot of joking around too.
Right. Where did you stay during this time? You said you had an apartment nearby. Did you ever end up in a dorm in school itself, or did you stay in the apartment the entire time?
Yeah, I stayed in my apartment. I would hang out in the dorms.
But you were solo in your apartment. Didn't have a roommate.
Yeah, I was solo. But I would hang out, in between classes. I'd go to the dorms and just hang out with the guys, just to get a feel of everybody's of joking, kalokohan and things like that.
Yeah, so Coach Bike Cristobal's here in this photo already. I suppose you don't know the names of the two ladies, Jasper.
So let's see. Actually, this the one next to Coach Bai in the red. That's my comadre.
Okay.
She became good friends with my wife. She passed 3 years ago, but yeah, she became good friends. So she's my I think my eldest son's godmother. The one next to Coach Turo Valenzuela, because they're both Coach Turo. Coach Bai is Turo too, right? Arturo.
Yeah, Arturo.
With right, Coach Turo Valenzuela, I can't remember her name. But yeah.
And who was the head coach of this team? Was it Coach Bai already?
Was this 1990?
That's 96, I think. 96, 72.
This is Coach Turo Valenzuela.
Nice observation.
Coach Bai came in 97.
Okay, yeah. Notice. Look at the finger. Look at the pinky finger of Coach Bai. It's like a couple of other fingers that we know.
That's why he shoots good. That's why he shoots good, because the ball is already cuffed. The ball's already cuffed in his hand, and then he follows through.
You have Coach Chito Victoreros like that.
I'm going to ask you about your Jasper, just want to ask you about your college life. I mean, you're obviously a Filipino from the United States, so you have a thing with the English language, and the chicks dig that stuff, right? So what was it like being in San Sebastian, being in the varsity, and then of course the ladies come and gravitate towards you? I mean, was it beneficial for your college life as well?
Tell you the truth, I didn't have much of a college life, really, if you're going to call that. I met my wife early, probably my second year.
Okay.
And from then on, we started a family.
Okay.
So
none of that.
Yeah. None of that.
Move on to the next topic, Noel.
Yeah. Yeah. The next photo na rin. I think we have more.
Just wanted to get it out of the way,
Yeah.
So many Baste championship photos.
Yeah. We have so many photos, man. There were too many. We couldn't put all of them.
Yeah. So this one here. So this one here. This was the first McDonald's Cup. It was we were sponsored by Chowking, and this is the time when I think Chowking was really after a lot of our players, a lot of the team, because for the next PBL season, because I noticed this was 1996 in February, and that's when 96 is when a lot of our, maybe 4 or 5 of us went to played for Chowking.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was father. No, this wasn't the father. This was the first McDonald's. I believe we beat FEU in this FEU or UST in this championship here at Rizal.
So you beat the defending UAAP champions.
Yeah.
If it was UST.
96.
Yeah. Because they were in the midst of their own four-peat during this time.
Yes, because we were UAAP, UST, and then San Sebastian. So we played them. We played UST maybe 2 times in a Battle of Champions. I think it was called Battle of Champions back in the day. And then the last time we played FEU, because FEU, I believe, beat them in 1997. I think if I'm not mistaken, FEU was a champion of UAP in 1997, and so we had to play FEU. And
they were actually they ended UST's streak.
Yes,
Rodney's in street clothes here. Was he?
Rodney's in street clothes because he was playing for the national team, I think. At that time.
Okay. So he wasn't on this team, but it's still strong. So, even without him, you didn't need him.
Yeah, we really didn't need him. Next man up. Next man
he's probably preparing for the draft already. He joined in 96, right? PBA.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I think he was preparing for the draft.
Yeah.
Who's the guy right behind the trophy with the?
That's Diep.
Fingers up. That's Diep. And what's that in his mouth? Why does he have a McDonald's container in his mouth?
Yeah. Is that part of the trophy?
Yeah, might be part of the trophy.
That's part of the trophy.
There's a McDonald's logo on top of the trophy.
Yeah. It's part of the trophy.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
let's look at the next, because there's a whole bunch of photos. So we have to look at the next. Yeah.
Another one.
Another championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a 96 championship. So this was a 4-peat, right? The 4-peat.
Yeah. This is confusing because some players have
one. This is the 5th one already.
Yeah,
this is the 5th one.
Yeah, that what that meant was for next year.
Oh, okay.
Really?
This is what we're going for next year. 5.
So we have 4. We're gonna go for 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. Topex is there already.
4.
Yeah, Topex is there.
Yeah.
Topex is there. He had to do his residency. Who else was there? Brigster was already there.
Sure, Barbosa.
Yeah, Barbosa. I think this is his rookie year.
And this is one of the times when Coach Turo decided to have a mustache, right? One of the mustaches.
Yeah. He looked like Charles Bronson or something like that, right?
That's Bronson. Right. I like the Charles Bronson reference. Yeah.
Yeah, but so this was, I believe, we beat. No, Mapua was 95. 96 was Letran.
I think Letran. Yeah, you're right. Might have been Letran.
I think it was Letran.
So we're talking about the opponents, Mapua, Letran, etc. Who gave you a hard time during your time at San Sebastian? Guys that you guarded, guys that you knew you had to prepare for when you would face these other teams, these other guards.
Yeah, there was a couple that gave that were really tough, especially my was it 94 or 95? My sophomore and third year was Chito Victolero.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was at Mapua, he was a pretty good, really very good defensive player. I looked up to him with his leadership as well. He had great leadership on that team with Mapua, and also Renzi Bahar.
Okay.
Battles with Renzi. Siempre, he's San Beda, so we would always go at it. And then from Letran, what's his name? Is it Prior? John Paul Prior?
Yeah,
he
Prior.
played.
Yeah.
Oh, Premier. Okay.
Yeah, he was a good player as well. But mostly it was Chito Pictolero.
Wow. Okay.
Those battles were pretty good.
Pretty good defensive guard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Renzi Bahar still active in the PBA now as an assistant coach. I just saw him 2 nights ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
Chito,
think
of course,
also still the head coach of the Diliman College, I think. Up to now.
Yes.
I think I saw that. Yeah, he was a coach at the Diliman. Yeah.
Diliman College, yeah.
Do you have a favorite championship among the 4?
Of the 4?
Yeah. Do you have which one's your?
Of course, the first one.
The first one. Okay.
The first one. I mean, I'm from the first day I stepped onto the court, my first year, Araneta Coliseum. 19, 20 years old, knowing that's where the Thriller of Manila, or
Thriller in Manila.
Thriller in Manila was at.
Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
Wow,
Just celebrated the anniversary of that.
50th anniversary of that.
Yeah. Like 15 to 20,000 screaming fans. You hear a band in the background. The court was still the
cheers,
still,
right?
Yeah, the cheers. The court was still red or orange, right?
Yeah.
At the Coliseum. And then
Yellow,
the backboard had red tape around the backboard. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is old school, old school.
They still preserve those old rings. They just took them out. They put them near the rear entrance. They're still there.
Oh, really?
Sometimes, when they
players
warm up on those rings.
Players warm up there. At the entrance.
Imagine those are the rims that the
guys like
people that
Fernandez, Atoy, Cole, they all shot into those.
Yeah, all the
right.
stars shot in those rims that are preserved there. But you mentioned, Jasper, so you guys were recruited by Chowking. There you are. This is a Chowking championship in the PBL. But those times you won the championships, did you guys travel abroad? What were your rewards for winning all those championships?
So their first championship, I was remember I transferred from FEU to Baste. I was able to. When I did my residency at Baste, that half year, their first championship, I was part of that. They claim I was part of that team still, so they invited me to come to Brunei. Brunei was the championship gift to the players for Baste. So I went with them to Brunei, and that was my first out of town with the team, and I felt at home with them. The second, our second championship, which is my first, I can't remember. I think we just got a ring. I have that ring still. The third one, I think it was just Brunei that was the out of town or out of the country gift. Everything else was just a bonus, whether it be cash or the ring.
Looking at this picture now, I think we have two individuals in this picture who just passed away this year. John Ramirez and Jesse Chua are in this picture, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's John Ramirez below Jesse Chua there. They both passed away this year. I don't know if you know that.
No, that's Jesse Bardaje.
Okay, Jesse Bardaje. Jesse Chua was the one who passed away this year then.
Yes, Boss Jesse passed away just a month ago, I believe.
Yeah.
I also see a couple of UP players. There's also the late Brian.
Ogie.
Yeah, the late Brian Gahol.
And
Brian Gahol.
Ogie Gomata, of course, seated. Is that Ralph Rivera?
Yeah. So from left to right,
Rivera.
Go.
Left to right sitting is Calagio.
Yeah.
Chris Calagio, then Bardaje, Ralph Rivera, number 17, Ogie Gumatay, and then me, and then Buboy, then Bong De La Cruz.
Yeah.
Segundo, De La Cruz, Julius Binuya,
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony Boy Espinosa.
Tony Boy,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had four. We had four.
Guards, point guards.
Quality. quality
good
point
guards.
guards.
And then
Yeah.
standing left to right is obviously Boss Jesse, coached by Donking Sasuman, another point guard,
Yeah,
right?
dunking.
Magtulis, Ronald.
Ronald
Onak.
Magtulis, right.
Onak.
Yeah.
Romel, Banjo, Brian,
Right.
and then Brickster.
Brickster. Then Django.
Django, yeah. Django is in the strike.
Again.
Papa Jangs, yeah.
Papa
Wow.
Jacks.
Papa John's.
Not even Kuya, ha? Kappa Ipapa. That's how.
Papa John's.
I see him all the time in California when we play.
Yeah.
This is a loaded team then, right?
I know.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy in red is Charles Bronson, right?
That was Bronson in the red.
Still has the mustache in that
Yeah.
photo, man. So you had a
Yeah,
lot of
PBL back then. The PBL back then was almost as good as the PBA when it came to entertainment, right? Competition.
But this is a solid team, guys. Look at that
Indeed.
lineup. That's solid.
Yeah.
man.
And a little bit of every school is represented, right? UAAP and NCAA.
Nice mix. It's a
Right,
nice
and all
mix.
of these guys played in the pros. Bar none,
yeah.
right? I don't know about Bardahe, but
Yeah.
Pretty
Everybody,
much.
everybody played either PBA or NBA. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it was a mixture of everything. NCAA, you have Letran, San Beda, San Sebastian,
UP,
um,
UAP.
and the FE, and then UAP, FEU, UP,
LaSalle for Tony Boy.
LaSalle, Adamson, Bong de la Cruz.
Tama.
Yeah, so it was a good mixture of team. But the highest we got, I think, was second or third place.
Yeah, who was the powerhouse? Who
The
was
powerhouse
stronger
back
than you guys?
then was
At that time, it was Instafood and RFF.
No, Stag.
No,
No.
Stag. It was Stag.
Stag, you're right. Stag.
Stag was always the one.
that's-
And then actually Red Bull wasn't too was good as well back in the
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Red Bull, and then
Stag
To beat a
Stag
team like
had
this.
Wellcoat was up and coming.
Yeah, Wellcoat was
Wellcoat
up and coming.
Tama.
Jasper, I just wanted to ask about the era of Django. They immediately they just preceded you guys like 80s. How large of a shadow did they cast on you guys? In terms of being, influences and the pressure of carrying on their legacy, because those busted teams also of the late 80s, they were really loaded as well, right?
Yeah.
So, they always drop by practices, give you guys a few pointers, and remind you how important it is to lift up the busted spirit.
Yeah, well, tell you the truth, it wasn't until later, maybe the third or fourth championship, where a lot of the guys started coming back. I remember meeting Bong Alvarez, because our gym was still on the bottom. The San Sebastian gym it's the old gym. It was off of Recto. It wasn't in the fifth or sixth floor where it is now. So those guys would come in, but it was a very, I idolized them, and I heard of those back-to-back championship teams with Bong Alvarez, Django, I think Chris Bade was on the team.
Chris Bade,
Nap Hatton,
Eugene
Kilban, those guys. Eugene would come in sometimes as well, and shoot around and practice and talk to us as well. So they were very influential. They obviously, we as a Bostonian, we really followed their suit and that pride, and just keeping up with the championships that they had endured.
Well, you guys won more, so
Yeah.
compared to them, but that team was really also legendary. Right?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
Did you go 1-on-1 against Kilban in one of those practices, or did he play with you guys? Or?
No, we didn't. We didn't. But I saw, obviously, the latter part of his career is. I don't know if I played against him even in the NBA or the PBA. I think when I entered the PBA, he was already in the NBA.
Yeah, he moved to the
We
NBA in
never-
'98.
yeah, we never faced each other. But but I know that he had like how many the record for assists in a PBA game?
30.
Up to now, it's
30.
29.
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, that's those guys are very and when Django and I caught up, you know, when because he's in California now. So like I said, we see each other now and then in these Filipino basketball leagues or tournaments in Las Vegas or California. And we would catch up, you know, and talk about San Sebastian. Oh, wow.
That's an action pick. You are rare one that we got.
Yeah.
That's Arabit, Francis Arabit of San Juan.
Yeah. So that's another guard that was you know, that was very tough to play against. Francis Arabit. You know.
And it was a close game, Jasper, 92-86. You only won by 6.
That was I think this was my first year.
Yeah, 94. Yeah, the caption says 94.
Yeah, that was my first year. I think Francis is last year. This is his last year, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't recall playing against him. I go, I'm glad he's graduating. I don't have to play against him next year.
Yeah.
Because he was the best. He was good.
Yeah,
he was good.
He was pretty good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't make it to the PBA.
And then the crowd would for Letran would always say, there's a chant for Arabit in the crowd. I forgot what they say. Like for Buboy Tanige, it would be ibigay yung bola sa bata or something like that. And then Tanige, Tanige.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask you about that. The NCAA crowd, that was also something else, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially in a small venue like Rizal. Did you get anything thrown at you?
Oh, Sir Sid. Oh my gosh. I still have remembrance on my shin of the pesos, the 2
peso coin, the 2 peso coin,
which is like the octagon one or the
the octagon, 2 pesos.
That's the 2 pesos.
Yeah. Then they were big, right? That big.
Yeah.
One ricocheted off the floor and hit my shin. It started bleeding. I'm like, what's going on here? I got a towel and then bottles. It was against Letran. Yeah, it was against Letran. And we put our towels on our heads, went back to the bench.
I think all generations of NCAA players experience that.
Oh yeah. If you haven't experienced Philippine basketball, if you haven't been thrown
a 2 peso coin
objects,
you didn't have to put a towel on your head.
Yeah.
Oh, nowadays when you go to the venue, they take out the caps from the bottle so you don't use them as projectiles.
Yeah.
Nowadays, right? Nowadays.
Oh
yeah. Back then, no, full bottle.
Bottle.
Yeah, it's a Royal True Orange bottle, the one that breaks on the floor.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next photo, Carly. I know it's a nice one. Yeah, there. These four guys.
This was in my first year, Brunei. This was in Brunei.
Oh, okay.
We had a exhibition game against I think it was just a local team.
So that explains the flag.
Yeah. That's Brunei. My very first year hanging out with them and really playing with them. From left to right, that's Jasper Valera, and then me, and then Buboy, and then Rolly Basilides. So
I thought that was Rodney, though. Okay, it's not Rodney.
Wait, he's gonna get mad at you.
He doesn't want to be.
I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Buboy. Obviously, Buboy passed away some while back. There's a video of you guys online right now. I don't know if you started that video, but it was a no dribble fast break. It's like you guys knew where each other was going to be at any given point. So talk about your relationship with Buboy, and when you found out he passed away, what was that like?
It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I had known that he was sick for a little bit, and then from what I heard, he came back. He got stronger. He got medicated. He got a little bit healthier, but then he lapsed again. And when I found out he passed away, I sent a message to the family, and gave my condolences. But yeah, that was heartbreaking. He's obviously we grew up together playing basketball. I learned a lot from him. Whether it be, just knowing the game, and I'm sure he learned some things from me as well,
Yeah.
But he's quite a competitor. His competitive nature is like no other. But he played the game with such ease. He played so easily, so freely, but with gulang, with 5'7", about 140.
Yeah.
One of the toughest 140-pound basketball players I've ever played with.
Right.
Yeah.
But but when he passed away, it was definitely heartbreaking, and
yeah, man.
It was tough.
You're together every day, right? I mean, and play together
Yeah.
on all those winning teams. And that it's really tough.
Yeah, there was one game, I believe it was in the PBL. He went off for 40. I started calling him Sizzling.
Sizzling Tanigi.
Yeah, he went off for 30 in the PBL.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, next photo, Carla. This one is what uniform is this?
Getting clearer.
I can't make it. I can't make it out.
This was it wasn't during the NCAA, so it wasn't illegal. It was a ligang labas. Our friends from, I think, Los Baños or somewhere in Laguna. We were sponsored by a company,
Marble,
and there was maybe 8 or 9 of us from Baste that played, and little allowance here or there. Remember back then, allowances were big. If we could get 500 pesos or something, 1,000 pesos, we'd be happy.
Why not?
Right?
Yeah,
why not? Right?
Yeah.
We get free food, and then we get to go out of town, for free, basically. But this was one of those out of town. This was in Calamba. This was in Calamba, Laguna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I was trying to make out the date on the lower right. It looks like it's 98.
Yeah. June 16.
Or 96 or 96. I don't know.
I'm thinking more 96. I think it's
Maybe
that was 96. Because 98 we were already in the
you were
maybe.
yeah,
si Jasper 98.
maybe 96.
Who's the lady with a nice smile? Do you know her?
Ask Banjo.
Okay, well,
Ask Banjo.
we will. When we get Banjo on the show, we will ask him.
Yeah, ask Banjo who
Yeah.
that is.
He has a nice smile. So
does Banjo.
yeah, exactly. yeah, tama yan. So when did you decide it was time to go to the next level?
I actually had one more year left. I could have stayed at San Sebastian for another year because I was only 23 or 24, and you can play up to 25. So all I know is I had one more year, but then Coach Turo was, he was representing us, me. I don't know about Brigster, Buboy, or Romel or Banjo, but he was whispering to me, in my ear that, hey, you have Pop Cola, Pure Foods, and Ginebra, wanting to draft you if you ever wanted to join the draft.
Wow.
So I thought about it, and then when circulation came about where Brigster was going already anyways. He was done. His playing years were done.
Mm-hmm.
Boo Boy's playing years were done. So it was Banjo, me, and Romel left, right? I asked Banjo, he goes, yeah, papadraft na ako. And Romel decided to go NBA. I go, I might as well, although I did want to stay one more year to get the five personal championships, possibly. I felt it was time. I had a family already. I had 2 kids, so I decided to enter the draft. Not knowing who was going to pick me though at that time, because of those 2 other teams aside from Pop Cola that were interested.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but during this time, 98, Coach Duro was connected with Pop Cola, right?
Yes, he was connected with Pop Cola, and that's why probably eventually they picked me up. I believe that was the 9th pick. The 9th, yeah, the 9th.
Yes,
the
yes.
9th. And back then there was only 10 teams, right? Was there
8.
Yeah.
18?
8, even 8. You were the first pick in the second round.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 teams.
Yeah, so that's where during when we were in the PBA, we were Romel and Banjo and I. Well, Romel wasn't playing NBA. He was saying, "Hey, if we would have stayed one more year, sa Baste, then we would have got the possibly got the 6th championship." But it was there was nothing else to really prove.
Right. Yeah,
Someone has a message for you. Someone has a message for you, Jasper.
You understand that?
Ayan, totoong idol. Ay, Boyet. He's older than me. He's older than me. How come he's been watching me in grade school? He was watching me in grade school when he was in high school.
He says that to every player that comes on the show.
Yeah, he says that to every player.
That's kind of freaky if he was watching you when you were in high school, though.
In grade school.
It takes on a different meaning
funny.
now. So they pick. So Pop Cola picks you. Elmer Yanga's there. There's Bert Helmenes. So you're joining the pros. How was it to walk into the Pop Cola camp? I mean, what did the coach tell you at the time? Your coach was Norman Black, right?
Norman Black, yeah. Coach Norman, they all welcomed me and Brigster. It was like a duo, right? Brigster and I. They all welcomed us with open arms. But obviously, because at that time, I don't know. Here's a little story with Brigster and I. We still had a contract with Chow King at that time, and Chow King gave us a hard time releasing us, and it got to a point where it was in the media, it was circulating in the newspapers and things like that they were gonna demand us or something like that. But eventually they released us in kindness. But yeah, so the duo of us and Brigster, all the way from Buste to Chow King, and then the Pop Cola, it was like he became my brother. We became really, really close during those times. But the team welcomed us with open arms. Verhel was great. He's a great leader. Very vocal. Boy Bits. And the
Boyd Fernandez. Boyd Fernandez is the point guard, right?
Boyet came later.
Yeah,
so
the second year.
So the first my first year it was Boy Bits. Then I was backing up Boy Bits, and then we had Jessica Banayan.
Yeah.
And then Boyet, did Boyet come?
Yeah, Boyet was there already. Maybe later in the in the middle of the year.
Maybe in the middle of the year.
Middle of the conference.
Yeah. Maybe in the middle of the year. Boyet came, and so the practices were my first time stepping. We practiced at RFM gym. Remember right there.
Pioneer.
Yeah. Is that still there?
No, it's a bunch of
condominium.
Oh, okay. So we practiced there. I can remember my first practice. I was like starstruck. I see Bonell, 6'9", big guy. Then Ali Peak, big guy. These guys are huge. I'm like, okay, well, welcome to the PBA, I guess, right? With these, I better bulk up a little bit.
Go, Noel, with your question.
Go, Noel. Yeah, you were under no. Oh, okay. My question before I ask that question, I just wanted to know how you hit it off with Norman Black, because I don't know if you know, I'm pretty sure you do, that he played for Detroit also when he was trying out the NBA, when he spent some time in Detroit. How did you hit it off with Norman Black before I ask my regular question?
Yeah, so Norman, Coach Norman, he was straight up, he's straightforward, At first, I was really like intimidated by him because he was so serious.
Yeah,
he's serious. He's serious as a coach, and I get it, right? I've had serious coaches and things like that, but then we started talking, and then I mentioned that I grew up in Michigan, and he did mention he played for the Pistons for, I believe, like just a half a year or something like that, or it was like a 10-day contract or something like that. But it was good. We talked about basketball here, in the States, and then obviously it was. I feel the system that he ran was a tight system. It was tight. And again, I knew I had to show him my abilities in order for me to get on the court. And for the most part, I did. And so, but he was a good coach. He was good. He was fair. He supported his players. And so he was a good coach. Yeah.
All right. So my legit question, my next question really is, you're finally on a PBA court, probably playing at Araneta. It's your first game. Who welcomes you to the PBA? Who gives you that shot? Say, okay, kid, welcome to the PBA.
There was one right after the other. The first one was Dindo.
Oh, really?
It's new.
And then, because they would post me up, Dindo would post me up, and that's his game, right? Back to the basket, up and under, things like that, and Maliksi, right? And so he posts me up, bodies me, then bang, a little elbow to the chest. Okay, good. I'm here. I'm still here. Waipa. But yeah, him, and then also Jerry Esplana.
Okay, that's more believable for me. The Jerry
Yeah, Howie, and then boom. But yeah, at that time though, the point guards that I was playing against, and I tell a lot of people this, being a rookie at that time and playing against these guys, they were in their primes. A lot of them were in their primes. Bal David, Johnny, Dindo, obviously, Olsen, Rosella. Jerry Esplana, Magsanok.
Oh yeah.
Ronnie was still there, but yeah, they were every game. it was a tough. They were tough matchups, but I really had a hard time with Dindo and with Jerry because they just post up and
Jerry even teaches all those gulang in his video. His YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that. I see his videos. He
teaches them how to do this. You want to get away, you bump him like this, and then you hold him like that. He teaches it. So
nowadays how kids, they like to, the coaches teach the kids how to create space to get their shot off, right? That's how Jerry played back in the day. He created that space. Created that space. Step back.
He's a great post-up point guard, though.
Oh, yeah, one of the best during his prime. I want to talk about that guy behind you. He was also your fellow rookie, right? Ali Peak.
Oh,
yeah.
Ali.
So, we eventually
story
became
about this
friends.
game, by the way. Yeah.
we eventually became good friends. He's a good friend of mine, good friend of all of us, actually.
Great
Yeah.
guy.
So how was he as a rookie? He was also, he came from the States.
Yeah.
Right, St. Mary's, and he was also.
And he didn't smile.
Yes, he didn't smile. It was really intimidating, right? So how were you like? Were you like wary of him when you first met him at practice? Or?
Well, like I said, when I played against Ali in the PBL, because he played for I forgot what team he played for. Ama.
I played for Ama.
Ama, yeah. I think for like one or two conferences, but when he got drafted, I think he was number 2, right? He was number 2.
Yeah, he was.
Then Brigster was number 3. At the first practice, we hit it off right away. We hit it off right away. He's laid back, quiet, very quiet. Intimidating because of his size. But once you get to talk to him, once I got to talk to him and know him, he's like a little kid, in a big man's body.
That's true.
He was a 6'4", 250, but when he talks, he's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Soft spoken, right?
And he'll tell you the corniest jokes too, and he expects
corny.
Once you get him to smile, you can do it again and again.
And he's the only one that laughs about his jokes too.
That's right. That's Ali Peak. No, I have a story about this game. I think this game was in Dumaguete. Dumaguete, if I'm not mistaken. You were both rookies here. Gabby Cui actually gave a cheap shot to Ali Peak, and Ali fell. And Gabby Cui was starting to get up, but Ali wanted to kill him. And so you had the 3 referees and 5 teammates try to restrain Ali, and he was still moving forward. That's the kind of intense guy that he was. I think you were one of the teammates who jumped on his back at the time when this is in Dumaguete. So that's how intense Ali was during the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of guy you don't want to get mad because you never know. You never know. You never know what the guy's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the actor Mahershala Ali, the Academy Award winner. He was teammates with Ali in college and St. Mary's.
That's right. That's right.
And Mahershala Ali had the story. I read about it that he played a prank on Ali Peak, and he put like an ice cream cone on Ali's face, which was, looking back, was a very stupid thing to do.
Idea.
And he ran away. Mahershala Ali ran away and locked himself in his dorm room, and Ali just burst down the door. The locked door. He was really, really mad. So that's how strong Ali Peak was.
You can see
kicking down dorm.
He looks the same way
doors.
until now. So, but he's back in the States, right, Jasper?
We caught up this past year and last year in Las Vegas. Yeah, he lives in Las Vegas. And he actually, when I lived in Texas a few years ago, he messaged me about how life was in Houston because they had the family was looking into moving down there to Houston as well. But I do have a story with a rookie story with Ali.
Go.
So in preseason we go out of town for team building. Right. 1 year we went to Baguio. For our preseason training and team building, and we were all staying in this house. Apparently, there was rumors that this house back in the day, I guess, there was multo, right? Because of earthquake, because of earth. I think there was some earthquake or something like that. So they had to rebuild that. That house was there. That house was there. They didn't have to rebuild that house that we were staying at. And so, so Brigster and I, we were rooming together upstairs, right? Everybody else there was probably like 4 or 5 rooms upstairs. And I think Ali and Nick stayed downstairs.
Nick Velasco.
And one of our teammates played a prank on Ali because we were telling stories that whole night. Ali started running up the stairs into our room and and laid next to me in Brickster because he was so scared about about a prank, story, a ghost story. So again, it's one of those stories where 6'4", and if Ali's watching, hey brother, had to tell the story.
I'm just gonna watch this. Yeah,
but yeah,
I want to go back in. Yeah, that's a great one. In '98, you were already teammates with Jho Jho Lastimosa. He had just moved to Pop Cola. I mean, how much mentorship did you receive from the great Jho Jho Lastimosa when he moved to Pop Cola?
Jho Jho was still with Alaska.
Yeah, he was still in Alaska, '98.
Was it?
Jho Jho was
'98? Okay.
Yeah, because that was a centennial. That was a centennial team, right? So
yeah,
he was
centennial team.
Right. Okay, I'm off by a year then.
Yeah. So,
what did you win here when Commissioner Bernardino gave you this award?
This was my rookie year, the 3-point contest. I was surprised that I was picked to even shoot in that 3-point contest because when I think it was Sir Elmer Yanga notified me that, hey, Jasper, you're the participant, you're representing Pop Cola for the 3-point contest. Oh, really? Okay. I was excited, at the same time surprised though. Why me? There was other pretty good shooters on the team, and so I went, and I'm not new to these 3-point contests because back then here in high school in Michigan, there was a similar 3-point contest that I won as well. I think it was my sophomore year in high school. Out of all the high schools around Metro Detroit, around Oakland County, has a participant, and out of maybe about 40 or 50 schools, I won that whole thing. I scored I think I scored 26 out of possible 30.
Maybe that's why you were chosen. Maybe someone.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. No,
but didn't you win one in the PBL as well? A 3-point shooter?
But we didn't. There was no contest. It was just. It was just a. I think for percentages.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
His 3-point percentage is a 3-point or king or something like that. But yeah. And so going into this 3-point contest in the PBA All-Star, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. The only difference is back in high school there was only about 500 people in the gym. This one
this is Cuneta.
This is Cuneta. How many people fit in Cuneta? About 10,000.
At least 5,000.
Yeah. So that's the only difference, and it's a bigger stage, obviously. So yeah. But it was exciting. I had a lot of fun, a lot of nerves.
Yeah,
rookie.
and you beat a legendary shooter, Roel Gomez, in the finals.
Yeah, because he had won previously, right? Yes. I believe he had won the year before.
Yeah, it says here you edged defending champion.
Yeah,
Roel Gomez. Yeah.
So
16-13.
So there's a plaque and then there's a cash prize as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, there was a little cash prize, but the cash prize came from the team, from RFM, from Pop Cola.
Okay. Of course, there's Barry Pasqua who wrote that article, Sound Barrier.
Yeah, our
late good friend Barry Pasqua.
Yes.
What's the next photo?
Next photo. So you moved on. So what happened? Did they give you a 2-year contract when you signed with Pop Cola?
So initially, out of the gate, when I got drafted, I signed 3 years right away.
Okay.
3 years contract, and then my 3rd year, I was looking for different options, to prolong my career, right? And so it's either I stayed at Pop Cola and stayed for that 3rd year, but we were getting a new coach because Coach Norman left after his 2nd year. After my 2nd year, Coach Norman left. I guess he went to, I don't know where he went. I think he went to
Santa Lucia.
Santa Lucia already.
And then so Coach Chut came in. So Coach Chut came in, and at that time the NBA was pretty
thriving.
not as popular as a PBA. Yeah, but it was up and coming, right? And so I weighed my options, and eventually, actually Ginebra, Coach Allen called, because Coach Boss Danny was helping me out, with different teams as well, and so he mentioned that Coach Allen would like for me to join practices with Ginebra over at I think they were at Green Meadows, Meadows Gym where they used to practice, or Acropolis.
One of those.
One of those two. Yeah. So I practiced with them for a week, and Coach Allen wanted me, and then I think was Coach Ron Jacob still.
Yes, he was still active.
He might have been.
He was like a consultant with Ginebra.
Yeah.
Then, right? And eventually they chose JJ Helterbrand.
Yeah.
JJ Helterbrand. That was about the 2000 or 2001 year that when he came in. And so
2000.
And so I went back to Pop Cola, practiced with them, and then Laguna started calling. They found out that, you want to, I heard you wanted to, extend your contract or something like that. And so I kind of, informed Pop Cola, hey, I'm gonna weigh my options, and I practice with Laguna.
So you had a player option on your third year. Is that what you're saying? You had a player option on your third year?
I did have a player option. Okay. But here's the thing, though. It's not. I don't know if it wasn't a player option because I signed the 3 years, so it was guaranteed. So because what happened was I got bought out by Pop Cola, but then I still signed, a new 1 year contract with Laguna. So they just basically bought out my contract. Pop Cola did.
Okay. So you went to I just need an explanation on what happened here, because I did not identify you when I first saw this picture. You have a different hairstyle here.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Okay, so I guess what got into my head was, all right, the NBA, it's a little more, you're out of town a lot, right? A little more flashy, right? So I think at that time, remember when Dennis Rodman used to color his hair blonde? And you can't see it here because it's really, it's like I'm bald, right?
Yeah.
It looks like I'm bald, but it's actually blonde.
Wow. Okay, you did.
Well,
I do not recall that, but I'd love to see a picture, a colored one.
Yeah, I dyed my hair blonde. All what's left of it, because it almost looks calvo. And so in the NBA, like I said, it was a little more flash, a little more popularity, right? If you have different hairstyle or something like that.
Is that the same jersey behind you? Framed, it's number 77.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
That's the
We
one.
haven't talked about that yet. Yeah, some nice. We'll look at them later when we solo pick Jasper. Look at those jerseys.
So with Laguna, this was the time when Jeff Flowers and Chris Clay were still playing, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Let's go to the next photo, please, Carly. Go to the next photo, because this is the team that played in the Jones Cup, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Jones Cup, that was 2000. Jeff was there. The only one that wasn't able to join us was B-Boy Simon, but everybody else was able to join us.
If you look at the lineup, you're only 10 names listed. Was that right? You're only 10 guys who played in the Jones Cup.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So this is complete.
Yeah,
that's Coach Bo.
That's Coach Bo.
So you weren't even 12. You weren't even so. Boo Boy didn't go, and then who was the other guy that should have been there? Because you should have been at least 12, right?
B-boy didn't go, and Bade.
No,
So
that is
Bade
number
is
nine.
there.
That is
Bade's
number 9, right?
Jeffrey.
Oh, Chris is there. Chris is there.
Yeah.
Barbosa.
Jerome.
was
Yeah, he would wear 16.
Yeah, because the team is Chris, Clay, Ryan,
Oh, Jerome's
Bernardo.
right there. Yeah, Jerome's right there.
Oh yeah, Barbosa's there. Basilides, Flowers, Barbosa, Nick Dow, Bade.
Yeah, that's 10. That's 10.
Suman, Garcia, Bernardo, and Clay.
Yeah, that's 10. That's the 10 that represented.
Why
that
only
team.
10? Why only 10?
Yeah, we can remember the stuff. Yeah,
More
B-boy
playing time.
and someone else. So
Yeah, B-boy and someone else
able to make it.
wasn't able
We're
to.
able to make it, right?
And I think you placed 3rd or 4th in the tournament.
So yeah, New Zealand was tough. They had like 3 7-footers and a couple NBA players. They won it all, and then number 2, I think they played. Who did they play? They played.
Not US.
No, it was an African team.
Okay.
Angola. I think
Possibly.
maybe Angola or something like that. And then we had to play for 3rd place. We had to play Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei had remember that shooter,
Home court
Chen,
advantage.
the shooter last name Chen, Mestizo. Yeah, they had him on the team.
Yes, I know who you're
So
talking about.
I think we lost that one and we ended up in 4th.
So you did get to represent the Philippines.
In a way, we beat Japan. I had a good game against Japan. Japan had that point guard Sato. He was pretty good, a veteran. But yeah, that's one of the highlights of that Jones tournament.
Somebody Vince suggested, was it Sunny Margate who was supposed to be there?
No, Sonny was before.
Okay.
Sonny was 1999.
So you played for the Lakers
98.
a couple of seasons, right?
Yeah.
And then so what happened after that? I mean, I know the NBA folded, but you didn't try to go back to the PBA anymore.
Yeah. So after the last contract that I signed, I did try to go back. I went back to Manila. We lived in Pasig, and so I tried to get back into playing in the PBL. I probably, I don't know. When I was in the NBA, it was more because I was out of town a lot, and so coming back home, to we were living in Pasig at that time. I decided to, try the PBL one last time. I think it was for Montana.
Montana.
Montana Pawn Shop. Yeah.
Leo Isaac, Coach Leo at that time.
He was the coach.
Things didn't work out, so my wife and I decided, the kids were getting older. They were 5 and 6 years old, and so we decided to move back to Michigan in between 2001 and 2002. Yeah, without looking.
Well, now we got a better shot of the jerseys behind you. Maybe you can go through them. I can see them clearly now.
Yeah, so that's again, that's our Recoletos, our San Sebastian jerseys never changed throughout the years. The only difference was maybe one year we had FILA because we were all the schools needed FILA. That was one of the sponsors for the NCAA. So now I think Recollet San Sebastian has a little bit of gold in it, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yellow, a little
gold and red,
or something red. like that. But
that one.
And they're thinking about bringing this back, just red and white, right? And then this Pop Cola, that's my rookie year. That's my rookie jersey. My very first conference, all Filipino. All Filipino. Okay. It's not mesh, so the Pop Cola it's like cardboard. it's sticking out.
Yeah. I know that kind of jersey. They even put newspaper when they do that.
Yeah, they went with newspaper in the back. Yeah.
And then the two at the bottom are the Laguna ones, right?
Yeah, the two on the bottom is the picture that you just showed earlier. That's the jersey there, and then the other picture with the Laguna Lakers there.
Nice. You've been able to preserve those. I mean, because a lot of our guests, they've lost their stuff. They've given them away, or they moved houses.
Well, like I said, my mom did a great job of kind of not stealing them, but just
preserving them.
Right. Like you said.
Yeah, that's the right word. Right. I think we have a couple more photos. I mean, just let us know what do you do when you went to the States? What did you start doing, and then what keeps you busy nowadays?
Yeah, so I was in the I've been in the medical field ever since 2002. I first started in dialysis. I became a biomedical specialist, and now I work for a healthcare company as a hospital liaison. You know, we go around the hospitals looking at referrals for our facilities. You know, just staying busy that way. You know, it's a business development director, basically. But I've been doing that for a few years prior to being in dialysis for about 20 years.
And I never got to ask, what was your course in college? Is it any way related to the medical field?
Well, business management, because business development, you know, what I'm doing now is almost in the same. It's just not medical, right? Nothing healthcare.
You work 9 to 5 daily. I mean, on weekdays.
Right now, no. It's a flexible schedule.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
It's flexible. I could work from home, or I could go to the hospitals. I don't have a real office. I don't have a real building to go to. And I do coach.
I was about to say, but basketball is never far away, even if you're doing that.
Yeah. I still coach. In fact, I started coaching high school back in 2007, boys, and then all the way up to 2015. That's when I switched over to coaching girls.
And look how young these girls look, but they're 5'8".
All these girls are
high school. So this particular picture here, these girls are freshmen going into sophomore year, so they're like 14 years old. 15,
look how tall they are.
Look how tall they are.
Yeah.
Do you scrimmage with them sometimes, Jasper? Do you show them some of your moves?
Years ago, I used to scrimmage, but these kids now they're too fast. I'm just used to jogging now. You know. But my middle son, Jared, I don't know if you have a picture of him. He's actually Jared Ocampo. He's the head coach at Rochester Christian University, which is an NAIA school here. He's the head coach of the women's basketball team.
Nice.
Rochester Christian University is actually the school that I played for. Remember, I mentioned it used to be Michigan Christian University. It was a 2-year school before. Now it's a 4-year school, and now it's called Rochester Christian University.
Did any of your kids play in college?
I'm sorry?
Did any of your kids play in college?
My middle son, Jared, tried. He tried in the Philippines back in 2015 and 2016. He was on the Team B for San Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
He was a reserve for San Sebastian for Coach Rodney. When Coach Rodney Santos was there, and then I think Buboy was still around. He was coaching the Team B at that time, and then he eventually came back, just finished school here, and now he's the head coach in the college. So we kind of swap positions, and now I enjoy watching him coach. But for the most part, I hang out go around their practices. I watch their practices. You know, if he needs any you know, some little, what do you call that? Advice, you know, and I tell him, hey.
All right. I think we have one more photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is important because a lot of our former guests who do move to the States or move back, like you still play. I mean, at least you continued playing at that one point. And here you are, the left with Django. And who's the fellow in the middle?
That's Alan De Los Reyes.
Alan De Los Reyes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's based in California too.
What year was that?
Okay, that's in the States.
So this is the UAAP NCAA friendlies, 2019 in Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Yeah, there was one recently, right? Were you part of that?
Yeah.
There was one recently, like a couple of months ago, that they had a UAAP NCAA.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So they tried to remember they stopped it during the pandemic. They stopped it for maybe 2 or 3 years, and then they continued it about 2 years ago. I wasn't able to participate the past 2 years, but yeah, there was one this past. I can't remember, July.
Yeah, earlier this year. Yes, I remember in California also.
Yeah. A friend of ours was one of the organizers.
Yeah. So, but that one was it's hard because that's open. It's open division. So all these kids, you could be 25 years old playing against 50-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Django,
that's never good. That's never good.
You know, and I'm turning 52 next year, so it's more, you know, for the kids now, right? Let the kids,
you gotta play within your age bracket. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. Injuries waiting to happen when you play against the younger guys.
Yeah, but that team there that we had, that San Sebastian had there, I know there's no photo of it. I think I had photos of it. The younger kids, the younger generation was like, I don't know if you remember Pep Moore.
Of course, yeah.
Pep Moore,
the big guy.
Big guy.
That was our big guy. Nico Uy.
Yeah.
Nico
Also
Uy.
played in the PBA. Yeah.
BL and Mark Santos, some other guys that were solid. And then who did we play in the championship? Oh, we played Ateneo in the championship.
Okay. Who was there?
John Varayo. What's that guard's name? Season. One of the Brandon.
Oh, the big guy. Big guy.
One of the twins.
Yeah.
I think they both were there. Brandon and Rainier.
Oh, Brandon and
no,
Brian.
Brandon and Brian are the twins, and Rainier's a totally other season.
Yeah, there were two. There were two seasons there. Yeah, they had a pretty good team too, Ateneo.
Yeah, I know a lot of them are there in the States.
The photo on the right is a different tournament.
Yeah, so this is so what I do now, because there's hardly any leagues here in Michigan. There's only one organization. So what I do is I play out of town, like let's say in Las Vegas. Like this past year, I played in Texas. I played in Las Vegas. I played in Phoenix, and then I played in Pennsylvania. All with different organizations or different cities. So, you know, I'm like the Hugot, right? Yeah. I'm the Hugot. Let's say in Las Vegas, I played with a team from Phoenix. It's a mixture of Phoenix and Florida. And then
Puro Pinoy.
The one in Las Vegas is Asian, but our whole team was Pinoy. And we won that one. We won that one.
At least you get, you're still connected to the game. I don't think you'll ever get disconnected from it.
Yeah, and so this particular picture here, this tournament was in Phoenix, Arizona, in August. And so this team here, I represented Houston because I lived in Houston. So these are my friends from Houston and from all over the country as well. And then this past tournament, the last one was in the Labor Day tournament. It's called NABA. I'm sure you guys heard of NABA, North American Basketball Association, with Coach Larry Albano is one of the heads there for that NABA. I played for New Jersey. So on that team, that New Jersey team, we had Henry Ong.
You're a drifter, huh?
Yeah, I drift all over. Henry Ong from UST. Bong Salvador. See, Badong Salvador from Adamson. Bong Salvador from Adamson. I think he played San Beda High School. Dexter Racho.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
UP, right? Yeah. I think he played San Beda too, right? High school?
High school, yes. San Beda High School.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and then we played against, a lot of the ex-PBA and PBL in the East Coast.
Good comment from Vince Di Mayuga, one of our avid followers. Yeah,
Hi,
so
Vince.
He played against Rudy Hatfield.
Oh yeah, so
he's playing for Detroit. Yeah.
So that was 2017. We hosted one of those Filipino American basketball tournaments here in Detroit, and so we got the whole all the Detroit players that moved out of state came back just for this tournament, so we could make one last run to play, and I think that was the senior division, which was 435 and under, or no. I couldn't. It couldn't be because I wasn't. In 2017. I was
40 something. Yeah.
It had to been like
40 up.
42 and under, or 43 and under, or something like that, right? And so Rudy played with us. Obviously, Rudy's from here, from Michigan here. I didn't get to play with him in the Philippines, but we knew of each other. And so it was a pretty strong team, and we ended up winning that. I'm not sure if that's what Vince, our guest here, Vince, is referring to, but
he said 35 and up, and
2017. Yep.
He corrected himself. He said
35 and up. Yeah, 35 and up.
Okay.
So,
see?
Yeah.
Do you get you still up to date with goings on here, the NCAA, PBA?
I try as much as I can. Not as much as I would like, but I know that there's so many leagues now.
Yeah, a ton of
besides the PBA, you have the NPBL.
Streaming live on YouTube and Facebook.
I'm actually in Cebu for another league right now called the ASL. So
the ASL, there's a CNAG, there's CNAG something.
CNAG Asia.
UBL, is there a UBL?
Yes, there was a UBL.
There's so many leagues, so that's good for the players these days, right? There's more opportunities for them.
Opportunities are there. That's
everybody,
right.
And everybody gets live streamed now, not like before where you had to play mainstream to get on TV. Now, any league can have a live stream. I just wanted to ask you, of course, you've been keeping in touch with the goings on here in the Philippines. Do you see another Jasper Ocampo? Is there another player that reminds you of you when you see him?
Again, I haven't been watching him enough to really recognize anybody. It's.
But have you heard of somebody? Hey, Jasper, watch this kid. He plays like you. Anybody pull out a video and say that?
Sorry, I just can't. I can't answer that because I haven't watched enough basketball there to really know and see.
But guys, Charlie and Sid, you still follow the PBA. Who's a Jasper Ocampo in the PBA now?
I don't know, man. Guys who can
putting me on the spot, man.
Little guard who can put up numbers.
No,
another. I know the other. He's another San Sebastian guard. Ilagan. RK
Ilagan.
RK Ilagan. Yes.
That guy is so
pretty
good.
Close.
Right?
Yeah, but that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Where does he RK?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because our case went 5'6", 5'7" as well, right?
Yeah. So
He
he's
can
playing so
shoot
well,
from
but
the outside.
he got injured, so he was out for a couple of games. But I think he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize his name because my son Jared. Remember when he was on the team B at the same time RK was, and so they became close.
Right.
Okay.
So RK's a good guard now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pwede.
I can see that.
Pwede yan.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's it? So when's the last time you were in Manila? A few years ago, right? You haven't been here for quite a while.
Last time was 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, long time.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't recognize again prior to that. That was what 2001, and so I didn't recognize anything. Like Mall of Asia wasn't there, back in the day. But that was Taguig. What's it called?
BGC.
But Bonifacio
BGC.
Global City, BGC, yeah.
BGC.
BGC is way different now.
Yeah, man.
I guess
even I can't recognize it when I go sometimes after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I guess rightfully so, because the Philippines, they can't grow this way anymore. They have to grow this way.
Yep.
With all the buildings.
right now it's not growing. The only thing growing here are pockets of certain people, but let's not talk about that. Anyway, so
that's a different story.
Yeah. That's
a different story.
Anyway, but next time you're in town, just give us a ring, man.
Definitely.
Get together with the San Sebastian guys or whatever.
Guys,
pahabol questions for
I'm saving it for later. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're coming to the end. We're going to enter what we call now the Twilight Zone. That means we're in the last 2 minutes of the show, more or less. So our first part of the Twilight Zone is brought to us by Tuminugan Farm. Discover the wonders of Bukidnon in Let Your Adventure Begin Today up in the cool highlands of Bukidnon. Lies a hidden gem, Tuminugan Farm, home of Hinelaban Adlay and Hinelaban Coffee and other farm-to-table goodness. It's the perfect start to your Mindanao adventure. Learn, sip coffee, unwind in one of their cozy farm cottages. Discover the heart of sustainable living at Tuminugan Farm, your private paradise at the heart of Bukidnon. So please visit. Okay, this is X's or O's. I'm going to give you a bunch of choices that I listed. You just tell me your choice. You don't have to explain why. Okay? Just tell me if it's A or B or X or O. Okay, let's start. Okay. Buboy Tanige or Topex Robinson?
Ooh. Topex had a longer career, but Buboy
for you. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Topex.
Jerome Barbosa or Brickster Encarnacion?
Oh, that's nice.
Briggs.
Okay, Briggs.
Yeah.
All right. Who's missing in action, by the way? Okay. Alvin Pua or Mark Macapagal?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Mark.
Mark, okay. Romel Daep or Rodney Santos?
Of course, a Slasher.
Slasher, all right. Tony Boy Espinosa or OG Gumatay?
Ooh. Tony Boy.
Tony Boy, all right. Gahol or Calpito?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd have to say Gahol.
Gahol, okay.
Wow.
Right, the late
Harry Banjo.
Ralph Rivera or Chris Calaño?
They're the same player. They're basically the same player.
I agree.
Can I do both? Because they're
you can.
Both Christian
okay,
Ralph is funnier though. Ralph is funnier.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Ronald Magtulis or Don King Sasuman?
Onak Magtulis.
Magtulis, okay. Okay, Turo Valenzona or Bay Cristobal? Arturo or Arturo?
Turo.
Valenzona.
Turo. Safe answer, Turo.
Turo. Okay, Bonel Balingit or Zaldiria Lubit?
Oh, man. For the voice, probably Zaldi.
Yeah, he sang when he used it.
For comedy, Balingit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Boy Bits or Boyet? Fernandez.
Oh, wow. Boy, that's such a competitor. But Boy Bits.
Boy Bits, my man.
Okay.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
William Antonio or Dwight Lago?
Ooh, good one as well. I'll go Dwight.
Dwight, okay. Former guest. Nelson Asaitono or Ali Pic?
Ooh, good one. I have to go the Bull.
Okay, the Bull. Okay.
Sorry, Ali.
Yeah, you know, we really think hard about these choices. Okay.
No, these are good ones.
Letran or Mapua?
I hate more.
It's up to you. However you appreciate the choice.
Mapua.
Mapua, you hate them more, okay? Ordonio or Henry Fernandez?
Ordonio, Henry Fernandez. Henry Fernandez.
Okay, Henry.
Shooter.
Javon, you remember your imports when you hear Javon Crudup or Tremaine Folks?
Oh, Tremaine. You know, Tremaine played for the Pistons when he
Yeah.
came back to the United States.
Yeah.
How
He
about
won a
this, DeMarcus?
championship.
He did. Oh, he got one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the Marcus guys? Liberty or Timmons? Simmons. Yeah.
Marcus Timmons and Marcus Liberty.
Liberty.
Timmons only played one game with us. So
Okay. Was it
Liberty, Marcus Liberty.
Liberty. Okay. Tony Harris or David Booth?
Oh, Hurricane.
Hurricane.
He was on the show already before. Jerry Cordillera or Benji Paras?
Oof. Benji.
Olsen or Dindo?
Ooh, good one. I love Olsen's game too. I have to go Dindo.
Dindo, the bullet. Okay.
Bullet.
I was going to ask you Joe Dumars or Isaiah Thomas, but you said Isaiah Thomas already earlier.
Oh,
right?
yeah, Isaiah. All the way.
Isaiah, okay.
Isaiah all the way.
How about this? Adrian Dantley or Mark Aguirre?
Oh, yeah. The two that got traded.
That's
They
old
got traded
school.
for each other.
Yeah.
I like Aguirre.
Aguirre more.
I like Aguirre when he was with the Mavericks all along.
He deprived Dantley of a championship, right? Because of that trade.
Right.
Anyway, so it's Aguirre.
Right.
And then this one, I hope you remember them. Please show the photo, Carly. Do you like Aiko Melendez, Carmina Villarroel, or Rufa Gutierrez?
Ooh. They're all Carmina. Aiko.
You go Aiko? Okay. You should see her now. Have you seen her now?
Yeah.
She looks fabulous now.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. You check out her socials. Anyway, so that's XSROs for episode 273. Brought to us by Tuminugan Farm. Pass the ball to Noel.
Hey, yeah. All right, Jasper Ocampo. If you did not have a career in basketball, what would the career path of a young Jasper Ocampo have been? Now you're in the medical field, but if you were a teenager and then basketball was not an option, what would your career path have been?
Honestly, I was gonna tell this during the episode. Baseball was my favorite sport. I wanted to be a professional baseball player until basketball got in the way.
What position?
I was second base, and I pitched too. But yeah.
So, where were you in the rotation? Were you in the first half, middle of the order, or where were you?
Oh, for what?
Are you a steal specialist? No, I mean
for batting,
in the batting order.
Oh, I was a leadoff. I was a leadoff.
Leadoff, all right.
Yeah, I was.
Nice.
Roberto Alomar type, huh?
Yeah. Speedster.
So, so were you with the Dodgers or the Blue Jays, the last World Series?
Neither. Because the Tigers lost.
Tigers
lost.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. Well, thank you for that. I mean, baseball, second baseman Jasper Ocampo. Okay, Sid.
Go Sid.
Okay, my hypothetical question for you, Jasper. Okay, if you could have dinner with any basketball player, living or dead, past, present, someone you've met, someone you haven't met, who would it be, and what would you talk about? Could be a foreign player, American, Filipino.
Could be a coach as well. Doesn't have to be a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be Isaiah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeke? Okay.
Isaiah. Although we all know, his path to his success, coming from Chicago, and being brought up by his brothers and his mother, it's still be interesting to see or to ask him questions and to what made him and what deep inside we all know that he had the heart, but what kept him really motivated in life in general after all the struggles he had, it's a warming story for me. That's why.
Right. Yeah. First time I think Isaiah's come up with the answer, right? But definitely one of the top
What do you expect?
point guards in
Yeah.
in the 1980s.
And he gets the, obviously with the rift between him and Jordan back in the in the 90s, he gets the lower end of the stick because of what he did, but deep down I know that Isaiah, he is what he is, he's human and but a heart of a lion, he 6'1", 160 soaking wet, just going up against anybody and everybody that got in his way.
25 points in the third quarter of game 6, right?
Right.
Yeah.
NBA
So,
Finals.
Jasper, since we're on the subject of Isaiah, should he have been on the Dream Team?
He should have been on the Dream Team, no doubt. No doubt.
I agree.
Obviously, it was up to him or I think it was Stockton.
Yeah.
It was up to those two, but Isaiah, definitely got the lower end of that stick with the Dream Team.
I agree as well. Yeah.
And it's surprising because Chuck Daly coached it.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Chuck Daly's call anymore towards the end, right?
It wasn't.
Guys, read the Dream Team book. You read the Dream Team book by Jeff McCallum. Everything is explained there. Everything is explained there. What happened behind the scenes.
So it's Isaiah Thomas is the guy you want to have dinner with, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's one of the best.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, that's all for my end.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
Here's the final part. It's called Hello Porky. This is the greetings portion. So you can just greet, shout out to, acknowledge anybody you'd like to right now.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody. Hello in the Philippines. Good morning there. Thank you for supporting basketball, Philippine basketball throughout the years, and hopefully still recognizing some of my feats. And I'd like to say hello to my family over there my relatives in Real, Quezon, everybody in Los Baños, Laguna, my wife's side of the family in Sampaloc, Manila, also in Bulacan, and here in the States, I'd like to say hi to everybody, especially my mom. They're all watching. I don't know if my kids are watching. Edre, Jared, and Aaliyah. Also, my friends here, Jeff, B, Cyrus, Candace, all those, everybody here in Michigan, and also in Texas. I invited a lot of people to watch in Texas and all over the United States as well, whether it be in California. I think I saw a couple people in California, on the East Coast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Florida, Arizona. Hi to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, brings back some memories of the 1990s basketball with San Sebastian, and in the Pop Cola. Also, I'd like to thank you guys, Sir Sid, Sir Charlie, Sir Noel. Thanks for inviting me. And mabuhay kayong lahat.
At mabuhay ka
Buhay
rin.
ka rin,
Jasper
Jasper
Ocampo.
Ocampo.
Thanks so much for sharing your story. The youngest guest we've ever had on AEOB thus far, but not much younger than we are. But thanks for sharing your story, and we wish you all the best. And hopefully, if you make it over to Manila,
Yes.
just give us a call. That's episode 273, ladies and gentlemen. That's it's now in the books. We will announce our next guest as soon as we can on our Facebook page. Before we go, we'd like to remind everybody we are part of the Globally Ballin Network. Thanks to Carla and to Aaron. In the background, we are powered by SMC. Thank you, San Miguel Corporation. Of course, Tuminugan Farm, always there supporting us. Archives, Diaries, Sports Bureau. Salamat sa inyong tulong sa aming show. And dito yung mga birthday celebrants natin this past week. Coach Norman Black, who we were talking about earlier. Rick Katakutan, Bebeng Martinez, Jeff Collins, Jerry Codinera, kaka-birthday lang dyan. And today is the birthday of Nelson Beltran. And Toby Poblador. Toby Poblador. Okay, so
happy birthday
sa mga former guests. And so that's it. Sa ngalan ni Sid Ventura at ni Noel Zarate. Ako naman po si Charlie Cuna. Ito ang Eternity of Basketball. We will see you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless you all. And Jasper, mabuhay ka. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Jasper.
Salamat, Jasper.
Thank you so much, everybody. Ingat.
Galing.
Have a great rest of the
Bye-bye.
weekend.
A leader in key sectors so vital to the growth of our nation. Food, beverage, packaging, infrastructure, energy, and power. Proudly Filipino, through our well-loved brands, we carry the flag overseas. Yet we've always held out for ourselves a larger purpose. To use our scale, size, and dynamism to deliver products and services that can unlock and accelerate new opportunities for growth and drive our economy forward. We are committed to contribute to a resilient and globally competitive Philippines, where businesses like San Miguel can use their resources and imagination to expand the economy and ensure that prosperity is widely shared. Today, our focus is on generating investments and projects that will enable our country to achieve its full promise. Malasakit is woven into all that we do, from ensuring that more Filipinos are food secure, have access to reliable, sustainable, and affordable energy, world-class roads, airports, mass transit, stronger communities, and greater economic opportunities. We are helping build the Philippines that can carry our 110 million strong population into a future whose defining challenges of our time will be an energy transition, resource scarcity, and the need for greater inclusiveness. As a company, we have set our sights on building the nation of our dreams by leveraging our expertise, leadership, and reach. As San Miguel, we will do what it takes to build a better future for all Filipinos.